Now, it was reported this week that 80% of U.S. employees right now fear losing their job in a potential recession. According to an article from Bloomberg, a recent survey from staffing company Insight Global found 54% of workers would take a pay cut if it means staying employed. Joining us now to discuss these numbers is the host of Wise Guys, John Tabacco. John, wow, 80% right now fearing that they would lose their job, with 54% willing to take a pay cut. What is your reaction to these numbers?
Well, my reaction for me personally is not that surprising because, Kilmany, for Wise Guys, every week we go out and talk to people in the streets, and more people keep telling us they're really scared. Even people that voted for Joe Biden are saying, oh, my God, I wish I hadn't. And people are scared because they can't afford the price at the pump. They can't afford food, or they can't get the food that they want. And the one thing most people want, I think there was a Siena poll just recently where 70% of respondents said they wanted safety and economy. And neither one of those things are being delivered to people. People don't want to be fearful. And when you see a president who continually does nothing, says he couldn't have seen this coming, and is sending billions of dollars overseas to fund another war for another country, and people here are crapping in their pants, it gets scarier by the minute. And everything I'm hearing on the streets is people are scared.
Yeah, this would actually coincide with what I hear from a lot of people, particularly people that freelance in my industry. I mean, they're looking at perhaps taking staff jobs, which would be maybe perhaps a lower pay, just to have that safe haven, because there is so much going on right now. And I think, as you mentioned, Americans kind of seemingly see no end in sight to this. The Bureau of Labor Statistics released data this week that reports that the unemployment rate is currently at 3.6%. This is actually down from the numbers that were reported in June of 2021, where it was 5.9%. So while unemployment is currently, is currently low, I mean, how do you square that circle with the number of people that are worried right now?
Well, look, unemployment may be low, but what people forget, and certainly Joe Biden and his administration want us to forget, is unemployment is where it was when Donald Trump left office, right before the pandemic. Now, Joe Biden and Karine Jean-Pierre want to go out there and laud what a great economy we have, but you don't get credit for hiring back the people that were fired or laid off throughout the lockdowns. So, the more I look at it, Kilmany, I think people are just scared to death that they don't have the same amount of money in their pocket. I think there was a study last week from Bloomberg that came out that 27% of the people out there are saying they're dipping into their savings now just to pay their regular bills. If you look at your 401k, everyone in America should look at their 401k. The quarterly statement is probably in your mailbox this week. They're down about 20% in the last 6 months. So 401k is down, money in the pocket's down, gas is up, food is up. Of course, people are going to be scared. And, a lot of times when we're out in the streets for Wise Guys, we talk to like small business owners. And I was in a butcher shop last week just talking to him, hey, is business down because prices are up? And he said, number one, business is down. But number two, I have people that work on Wall Street in mid-level jobs that are coming in and asking me to work on the weekends, who are trained butchers because they want to make some extra money to cover their bills. So even people working on Wall Street are going back to their old skills in the butcher shop just to put a couple extra bucks in their pocket. So to me, the street usually tells the story, and people in the streets are scared to death.
John Tabacco, no good news there. And certainly a lot of people are saying, I know. I wanted to end it on a more positive note, but there's not a whole lot to go off of. But, just to end our conversation, a lot of people right now don't feel that they're financially prepared to go into a recession, as you mentioned, which was a great point earlier. Okay, don't forget to catch John Tabacco's show, Wise Guys. What time is it on, John?
We're on 10 p.m. on Sunday, and if you miss it, we're 10 p.m. on Saturday, and if you miss it, we're on 3 p.m. Sunday.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks for that, John. We didn't have that slate up for us. Okay. All right.